Hello, everyone. My name is Katie Baggerly. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to search census records for the years 1900 through 1950 on Ancestry.com. Today, the objectives for this video is to help you learn more about searching for census records in general, how to search and find census records for individuals from 1900 to 1950, and to get familiar with the Ancestry.com platform. So this is the Ancestry.com homepage. It looks a little busy, but it's because I've been busy searching. And the more you search, the more it'll start filling up with hints. But this is what it's going to look like. You can go up to the top search bar under search and click it. You're going to get a drop-down menu, and you can go down to the census and voter list options. Once you're here, you're going to start with your search term. We don't have any access to records within the last 70 years. So the 1950 records, census records just opened up. So we don't have any access between now to 1950 as of the year 2023. So you're going to have to start with somebody before the 1950 census records. So in my example, I'm going to start with my great grandma, Sarah. Her last name is Maloof. And you can start with just that. Hopefully you have something else, maybe a birth year, especially if their name is common. Now, Sarah Maloof isn't as common. But the birth year I know is 1900. You can also hit this exact button, and then you can go down to add or minus 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever you need to do. I'm exact with this year. You could also put in the location. I'm not going to do that, although I do know she was born in Syria at the time and immigrated over when she was in womb or either just born. You can also go down and add somewhere where they've lived before, which I know that she has lived in San Bernardino, but I'm not going to add that. I'm going to see what comes up. You can also add the names of their family members or children, their gender, their race, and so forth. All right, so for this, I have Sarah Maloof. This top one, as you'll see, her name is spelled a little bit different, which is also a clue as to maybe what her name could be on other records. So that is for the 1940s. And I go down to the 1920s, Chicago, no. Let's do 1920s, Massachusetts, no. 1920s, residents in Calexico, born in Syria. That I know. We're going to go there, age 18, born in about 1902. That makes more sense. We have a location, a residence address. She was married, the name of her spouse, where her mom was born, where her dad was born, her naturalization status. Was she an alien or naturalized? She was still an alien at this point. And then the name of their son, who was 3 years old, and her husband, who was 25 years old. You want to go to the document, you just click right here, and it pulls up the document. And what I like about Ancestry.com is that it highlights the names, so you don't have to search too hard for it. You can zoom in here. You also have it on the side highlighted when you need. Let's see, we start with William Maloof, the head of the house is always the first listed, and then the other people in the house, especially if they have the last name, will have the line down here. It says Sarah is the wife, so it's always to the relation of the head of the household, and then George, the son, and also you can toggle over the name and see the name pop up right here, which is very nice. You see that George is the son. You can keep going down the row, see that they rented their home instead of owned it, that he was a male, Sarah was a female, George was a male, that their race was considered white, their ages, their marital status, so married, single, the year they immigrated, which I have looked at this and we'll zoom in here, and it looks like it says unknown, although I know it was about the year 1900, at least for her, not for William, but for Sarah it was. But they're both still aliens at this point in 1920. Keep going. Can they read? Yes, yes. Where they were born, Syria, which is good to know because since they immigrated around the year Sarah was born, it's good to know she was born in Syria and immigrated over as a baby. And that George was born in California. The native tongue, the birthplace of their parents, which is very great information to have, especially when you're dealing with such a long line of immigration and not really knowing where to start. The tongue of the mother, occupation, salesman, none. Industry, he was a salesman, car salesman. So that is the basis of the records. You can save them down straight to your computer, which is nice. If you zoom all the way out, you can go up to the top and get all of the metadata. This is for Calexico, California, in the Imperial County, and then all the other information, January 1920, January 15th, and so forth. That about wraps it up for the US Census. You can save it down to the person you're saving it to on the computer, or right on the platform itself, and it's very helpful. I hope that helps. Thank you.